What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm filming a life update. I'm sitting in my car because it's just kind of the easiest place to film and I didn't want to sit in my house because everyone's home. Why is this not? I've kind of been putting off filming this because I've been waiting to get some things confirmed, and I have received quite a few DMs from people that are like, are you getting a job, or like, what are you doing? So I am here to answer all of your guys' questions. I put a question thing up on my Instagram seeing just like some other specific questions that people had. The most commonly asked questions just pretty much have to do with what I'm doing with my life post-grad. So I'm gonna go to some of these questions. I pretty much have 3 big updates for you guys, and then I'll answer the rest of these questions, and most of them kind of fall in line with that. First question is, what am I doing post-grad? And I actually have 2 answers to this. First being, I am going to grad school. I'm going to get my master's in communications management. It's through the University of Denver, and this is an online program, and usually they have it hybrid where you take online classes, but you also have the option to take classes in person at University of Denver. But because of COVID, I'm doing this whole first year online, and then it's a 2-year program, and so next year I will decide whether I want to take some classes there in person, depending on what's happening in the world, depending on what financially I can afford, like living situations, whether I'm in a position where I want to move to Denver. But that's definitely something that's in the back of my mind, is possibly going to Denver next year. But for the first year, my plan is to stay here and do classes, and I'm so excited because the program is exactly what I wanted. I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to go to grad school before COVID, but then after I kind of came home, I talked to my parents a lot about it. It's always been something I've thought about. And given just my choice of degree and stuff, I was an advertising major, and there aren't a ton of jobs right now in that field, especially with COVID happening. And so I kind of thought that if I wasn't going to necessarily get my dream job, or like the jobs that I had originally been looking at, that it would be good for me to use my time going to grad school, because I kind of thought before that I might go work for a few years and then go back to grad school. But just given the current situation of the world, I decided I wanted to do something productive in this time, so applied to grad schools. I got in, and I'm very excited. Classes start at the beginning of September, so I still have another month before that starts. But I will definitely let you guys know, and I will vlog what online grad school is like. I think it's definitely going to be different than undergrad. I'm also sitting really weird, like I'm like really leaning over, so I'm sorry if that annoys you. Actually, I'm not sorry if that annoys you. That's a really stupid reason for someone to be annoyed. Anyway, I'm super excited about the program. Once I get started on it, I will fill you guys in more about what exactly it looks like, but essentially it's all about how to be like an effective communicator in a team setting. So ideally, this is another question that I got a lot, is like, what's my dream job? I have a ton of dream jobs. Like, I have a lot of stuff I'm really interested in, but I definitely know that leadership is something that's really important to me, and I loved working on teams and doing advertising stuff in undergrad. And so if I could be like a creative director or something like that where I'm leading a creative team, that's definitely something I would love to do. So that's where my undergrad degree comes in, is advertising and art direction and design, and then this master's program will give me a leg up as far as leadership goes. So ideally then I can step into jobs like at a higher position once I do go back out into the workforce. So that's that answer to that question. And then the other question that kind of goes along with that is what I'm doing job-wise. So originally, like I said, I was hoping to go out into the advertising industry and get a job, but now that I'm doing grad school and stuff, I actually was just looking around for some part-time jobs just so I could make some extra money, and I applied to this restaurant, which then actually turned into a conversation with the owner of the restaurant about helping doing marketing and advertising stuff and design work for the restaurant, because he's actually opening up a brand new restaurant in the area and wanted some help with that. And it's like a coffee shop cafe type of thing. It's really, really cool. It's all about sustainability and healthy, and it's just a really, really cool restaurant, and he's a really cool person. So I actually got a job working for him, helping him with that in his new restaurant. And on top of that, he is currently running for a position on city council, so local government, local politics, and he needed someone to help with some of their social media stuff for that and design work for that, so I'm helping him with that as well. So I'm kind of doing like freelance-y type stuff, but it's actually all for one person, and he's a really cool guy. Politically, I really agree with everything that he believes in. He's all about the environment and giving youth leadership positions, and just like very supportive of like the current movement that's happening in this country, and just a really great guy. So I'm really excited to have the opportunity to be working with him, and I just feel like that's going to be a great experience for me, and it's super flexible. So as far as my life goals and school and jobs, that is what's happening for me right now. I am going to be living at home for the next year, I believe. That's been another question because Kiara just got her apartment in Portland, and a lot of people thought we might move in together, and originally living at home was not something I thought I was gonna do, but then once I came home because of COVID, and it's been really great to be at home, and I'm getting to hang out with my little sister a lot, and I'm saving a ton of money by being at home. And now that I'm in grad school and I'm not going into like a full-time job, I'm not going to be making the kind of money that it takes to live on my own in Portland. And I'm also just a little bit unsure of like where exactly I'm going to be, because everything in my life is so flexible right now, like with online school and like kind of this part-time freelancey job, like a lot of stuff is up in the air. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to commit to like 1 year of something, at least until I can figure out a little bit better what I want. So I'm living at home for the time being, which honestly I look at it as a privilege. Like, I'm so thankful to have the family that I do. They're so just amazing and supportive, and we all get along so well, and it's been really great to kind of be at home as an adult and get like, and for my parents to get the opportunity to like live with me as an adult. And obviously you change so much while you're at college, so it's been really cool to kind of show them like the adult version of me. And it's been great to spend more time with my little sister, because her and I are super close, and I left for college when she was going into middle school, so I kind of missed like a lot of that teenage time. So that's been really fun to be back with her. And then she's also going to be doing online school next year, so we're kind of going to be doing that together. And yeah, I am just very thankful that I get to do that. What else? Oh, the other big question I got was what's going on with me and Brendan. If you don't know, Brendan was my boyfriend through the past 2 years of college. We started dating at the end of my sophomore year, and so yeah, we just finished senior year. We did break up. Some people have noticed that. I would be surprised if you hadn't noticed that, because he was in all of my videos and all over my Instagram before. But unfortunately for you guys, there's no tea, nothing juicy. Like, it was very not dramatic. Like, him and I had a great time together in college. We had the same friend group. Everything was great. I like love him so much as a person, and we're very supportive of one another. Just right now, we just both needed to figure out like what we wanted out of life, out of jobs, where we wanted to live. He's from California, so he came up for the first part of quarantine and was living with my family, and that was great, and my parents love him and everything, but it just didn't really make sense like for him to stay here, and there was just so much happening in the world and stuff that it just made more sense for us to be friends right now. It can be really hard to like make decisions for yourself, and like decisions, it's hard to not consider another person a lot in your life decisions when you're in a serious relationship. And I think that we were just at a place where we had a lot of decisions to make about our lives, and we were trying to base them off of one another, and we really just like kind of needed to be making those decisions for ourselves. And so just for the time being, it didn't make sense for us to be together, but there are no hard feelings. We still talk every once in a while, like very supportive of one another. Like I said, I think we're honestly like, we're really just better off as friends. Like, we really were best friends, and I think that just with everything happening in the world, we just realized that now wasn't the time for us to be together. So no drama, no tea, nothing like that. Just, I don't even know. That's like all I really have to say about it. He does have a YouTube channel. Him and his friends are awesome. They're super adventurous, really funny, awesome guys. So if you are interested in that, you should go check out his YouTube channel. I will link it below. Him and his friend Andrew both have channels, and yeah, he's low-key famous on TikTok, so you can go find him on TikTok too. Next questions. Those are the big juicy ones that you guys have been asking, but let me look and see what else people want to know. Okay, somebody asked if I'm a vegetarian. I personally am not vegetarian, but both my mom and my sister are, and so a lot of the times I make vegetarian meals for them. I do a lot of the cooking in my house. I just love cooking, so I've kind of taken on that role. But yeah, I'm not actively vegetarian, but I do sometimes go out to restaurants and choose to eat vegetarian. I do try to limit the amount of meat that I eat because it is bad on the environment. I was vegetarian for a period of time, but I struggled a little bit with getting protein, and I'm iron deficient. So I just need to like kind of figure out how that works. But I definitely would not be surprised if I went vegetarian again later in life, because I very much so like what it stands for with the environmental issues that eating meat causes. So there's that. What else is on here? Somebody asked what people's assumptions are about me. That's kind of a funny question. I wish that I was doing YouTube when that was a trend, because I think that that's kind of a funny trend. But I think that assumptions about me, this is funny because I wish I had my friends here to answer this question. I would say that a lot of people, when they first see me or meet me, think that I'm actually kind of like mean, or that I am like standoffish. And I think that that's because when I'm with friends or people that I'm super comfortable around, I'm incredibly extroverted, really outgoing, like very talkative and like outspoken. But when I meet new people or I'm around people I don't know very well, I actually get really shy and like a little bit socially awkward. And so I think that for me, like when people see me with my friends, or like they see me on social media and I'm like very outspoken and extroverted, and then if they meet me, I'm like kind of quiet and they think that I'm like bitchy. So that's definitely an assumption that people have about me. My friends would be laughing right now if they were listening to me talk about this. Next question. Oh, I like this question. Somebody asked what benefits have come out of COVID for me or quarantine. And so, yeah, that's a really good question. I like actually looking at like what the positives are out of this. Like I already said, getting this time with my family I think is a huge benefit. And obviously like finding some direction and actually deciding to go to grad school was huge for me and very exciting. And then something else that I think really benefited me is that I am a very type A person. Like I like to have everything planned out, like exactly to a T. If things don't go the way I plan them, I kind of freak out. And quarantine has very much so made me chill the heck out, and I am so much more go with the flow now, so much more chill. I really had to like check myself and be like, okay, everything right now is so up in the air, nothing is going as planned, and if I'm gonna act like this way and be neurotic about things going the way that I plan them, then I'm going to ruin everything. And like, I'm going to make myself miserable. And so I kind of had this moment one night where I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna ruin graduation. I'm not gonna ruin like all of these things, because if I have this attitude, like it's gonna take away from them, and I can choose instead to just enjoy them and go with the flow and be happy and excited about them. And so that was very much so, like I remember the night, like I was sitting in my room and I was like, I am going to need to change the entire mindset of how I live my life right now. Like I need to chill out and I need to go with the flow, and I need to just like be happy and not be super stressed out about everything, because everything else in the world is worth being stressed out over. So you might as well not stress out about the things that are meant to like make you feel good. I feel like I did not say that articulately. That's not a word, is it? In an articulate way, but I think that that's definitely the biggest benefit out of COVID for me personally, is just a huge change in my mindset. That is all for this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I've been trying to be super active and posting a lot of what I've been doing this summer. Make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really dropped a lot of information on you, so why don't you go process some of that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!